The Ghost at the Second Bridge by Henry Lawson. You'd call the man a senseless fool, a blockhead or an ass, who dare to say he saw the ghost of Mount Victoria pass. But I believe the ghost is there, for, if my eyes are right, I saw it once upon a ne'er-to-be-forgotten night. 'Twas in the year of '89, the day was nearly gone, the stars were shining, and the moon is mentioned further on. I'd tramped as far as Hartley Vale, though tired at the start, but coming back I got a lift in Johnny Jones's cart. 'Twas winter on the mountains then, the air was rather chill, and so we stopped beside the inn that stands below the hill. A fire was burning in the bar, and Johnny thought a glass would give the tired horse a spell and help us up the pass. Then Jimmy Bent came riding up, a tidy chap was Jim. He shouted twice, and so of course we had to shout for him. And when at last we said good night he bet a vulgar quid that we would see the ghost in black, and sure enough we did. And as we climbed the stony pinch below the camel bridge, we talked about the girl in black, who haunts the second bridge. We reached the fence that guards the cliff and passed the corner post, and Johnny like a senseless fool kept harping on the ghost. She'll cross the moonlit road in haste and vanish down the track. Her long black hair hangs to her waist and she is dressed in black. Her face is white, a dull dead white, her eyes are open wide, she never looks to left or right, or turns to either side. I didn't believe in ghosts at all, though I was rather young, but still I wished with all my heart that Jack would hold his tongue. The time and place, as you will say, 'twas 12 o'clock almost. We're both historically favorable for a ghost. But have you seen the second bridge beneath the camel's back? It fills a gap that broke the ridge when convicts made the track, and o'er the right old Hartley Vale in homely beauty lies, and o'er the left the mighty walls of Mount Victoria rise. And there's a spot above the bridge, just where the track is steep, from which poor convict Govett rode to christen Govett's Leap. And here a teamster killed his wife, for those old days were rough, and here a dozen others had been murdered, right enough. The lonely moon was over all and she was shining well, at angles. From the sandstone wall the shifting moonbeams fell. In short, the shifting moonbeams beamed, the air was still as death, save when the listening silence seemed to speak beneath its breath. The tangled bushes were not stirred because there was no wind, but now and then I thought I heard a startling noise behind. Then Johnny Jones began to quake. His face was like the dead. "Don't look behind, for heaven's sake. The ghost is there," he said. He stared ahead, his eyes were fixed, he whipped the horse like mad. "You fool," I cried, "you're only mixed. A drop too much you've had. I'll never see a ghost, I swear, but I will find the cause." I turned to see if it was there, and sure enough it was. Its look appeared to plead for aid, as far as I could see. Its hands were on the tailboard laid, its eyes were fixed on me. The face, it cannot be denied, was white, a dull dead white. The great black eyes were opened wide and glistened in the light. I stared at Jack. He stared ahead and madly plied the lash. To show I wasn't scared, I said, "Why, Jack, we've made a mash." I tried to laugh. 'Twas vain to try. The try was very lame, and, though I wouldn't show it, I was frightened, all the same. "She's mashed," said Jack, "I do not doubt, but 'tis a lonely place, and then you see it might turn out a breach of promise case." He flogged the horse until it jibbed and stood as one resigned, and then he struck the road and ran and left the cart behind. Now, Jack and I since infancy had shared our joys and cares, and so I was resolved that we should share each other's scares. We raced each other all the way and never slept that night, and when we told the tale next day they said that we were intoxicated.